with other entities outside of Kenya?
Well, by the way, inexperience is simply something that you count in the number of years you've been president, of course. He's been there for 2 years. And everybody who starts off, and as they say, a president or a leader is as good as his advisors. And everybody seems to be saying, listen to your advisors, or also pick better advisors for yourself. Because even as you put together a team to go and campaign on a diplomatic mission, you're wondering, who are these people? Like my colleague here is saying, the guy from Djibouti has been in the club. And the club is members of the diplomatic corps. And he's been there for such a long time. Raila is a bit outside of that club. And William Ruto as president as a politician has never had that club. And so we also have our own problems because our candidate, I never saw the president of Djibouti hold his candidate by hand and take him around, to meet other presidents. Because I think sometimes we make that kind of blunder where it looks like is our candidate strong enough to go on his own? And I saw when they started doing that a bit late. My thinking is we must not also forget the Gen Z factor in whatever we are doing, by the way. The invisible hand of the Gen Zs, because they did not want this election to happen, And the Gen Zs communicate with everybody. They have a way of communicating with everybody internationally about you, about everything. And they could easily influence. They could, by the way, quietly, they could influence how things are going. But you see, they did. They stopped somebody from coming. They could stop. I mean, they write to everybody. And they say that they wanted the sense that Raila comes back to defend this country, to defend the weak. And because they say, and this is their own words, that Raila sold his soul because of this seat. He became a different character altogether because of this seat. So they want him back, and they want him to be able to come and defend them. So they were not praying for his success, by the way. They were praying, and the other Kenyans, of course, who were also praying. Who is going to hold William Ruto to account? Who is going to hold this government to account? And so on. So and by the way, I must also congratulate my former party leader, Kalonzo Musyoka, for holding the fort, because he has actually done a very good job holding the fort, staying true to the course. But everybody, even including Kalonzo, is saying we need Raila back.
But listening to you, it would appear that we've already, and now let's focus on the aftermath. Raila is back, AUC is no longer there. Because now you're saying the expectation is that Raila is going to come back and by default go back to the Raila that we knew back then. But if you look at the cartoon on the People Daily today, it has a